roads and gutters.
All right, current time 5:12. Extended coverage with our weather this morning. Again, snow is already increasing. It's been kind of light and flurry stuff here overnight, but beginning to increase across parts of the metro and to the west. And given the significant impacts, especially for the morning drive, I have threat track in the orange or high category here. Just a reminder, winter weather advisory is in effect for most of the day, and a majority of this accumulation will be through the first half of the day, meaning this morning, and then I think the snow will actually taper a little bit as we head towards this afternoon. All right, here are some of the impacts. Again, obviously snow, and with the majority of this 2 to 4 inches of accumulation coming during the morning, that is certainly going to be on the high side. Not a lot of wind, but even a breeze at about 10 miles per hour with the consistency, the fine consistency of the snow will reduce visibility and create slick spots. And then as we look at the cold, I still have this as a major factor, especially if you get into an accident or if you have car trouble, anything where you have to be outside. It's not as bad as the last couple mornings where we were below zero. The temperatures right now in the mid to upper teens, it's cold enough. That will be an impact, and it will also lead to some very slick spots on the roads there. All right, as far as the timeline of this, again, just kind of blankets the entire morning drive with snow, cold, and continue to see slick spots increase and develop over the next, say, several hours here. Outside right now, snow increasing. So far, I would classify it as light and very fine. 17 degrees with an east-southeast wind at 8, and you can see other temperatures not nearly as cold as yesterday. That's good, but still cold enough. Right now, Lincoln, 20 degrees. The warmer, slightly more moist air, if you will, pushing into northwestern and west central Iowa. So we've gone from 4 up to 7 in Carroll, but it's still very cold there. Right now, 10 in Denison. So you get the idea. It is still certainly cold enough. All right, as we kind of hone in on some of our busier intersections here, you can see we go from this darker gray to kind of the medium and then almost the white. That's the intensity of this snow increasing. You can see from Q and Harrison back down across 84th, even Cornhusker, La Vista, Papillion, one of the areas seen at first, and now through Millard back toward Elkhorn, we've got a band of heavier snow, and these bands are continuing to increase. Where you see the brighter white here, definitely from the south and west side of the metro, back down the interstate toward Lincoln, all the way out toward Columbus, snow increasing. And the motion has it coming east and a little northeast, so we've got all this to get through. And I think Mother Nature's starting to show her hand a little bit exactly where some of these heavier bands are going to set up. In fact, we'll track that here, Futurecast showing. You kind of get in this light lavender shaded area here, and that would include the metro here through the morning on in the very early afternoon. That is the area where I think we'll see some of the more significant snow, and temperatures again only sneak up to about 20 for a high. So the forecast I showed at noon yesterday still looks very, very on track. Again, as we pull out of central Nebraska through eastern parts of our state, down into southwestern Iowa, northwestern Missouri, 2 to 4 inches still looks like a real good bet, and then the amounts kind of lighten up outside of that main band. That main band does include Omaha. So again, 2 to 4 here in town. 3 looks like a real good possibility, probably even a little bit more through parts of the city. Southeast winds, again, stay in check at about 5 to 15. Mainly cloudy, very cold tonight. Will be dry, but again, we'll see slick spots continue as lows fall back to 10. And then tomorrow, at least we get a break temperature-wise up to about 30 degrees. Some flurries possible Thursday, and then one shot of cold air coming in Friday before temperatures moderate back in the 30s Saturday and Sunday. That will be nice. And then maybe some light snow or flurries coming up again later on Sunday. And just a reminder, you can download Snowcast to your smartphone. I've been tracking this very closely since Sunday afternoon, and it's been hitting that 3 inches really hard. That's kind of what we're thinking here. But obviously that heavier band inside and including the metro and surrounding areas, we will likely see some localized 4-inch amounts with that. So again, not the biggest snow we've ever seen, but like we've seen so many times this year, it's the impacts during the morning drive. It will create some problems, slick spots. We were just talking about this. I wouldn't be shocked if we had some school delays or some of the businesses starting slow. So just keep that in mind, plan ahead. It's old hat. We've seen it about a half a dozen times this year.
And it was starting to get a little slippery when I came in at 3:30. I took a corner a little faster than I should have, and my little back wheels just slid right out from underneath me.
Gotta be careful, that's for sure.
Yeah, a little fishtailing outside this morning. Slow it down, allow yourself some extra time.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, well, coming up, the National Poll